Hi everyone, this is Dr. Patrick with Dreaming Spires Home Learning. Today we're going to talk about our new mathematics course, which is Algebra 2 and Probability. And I have with me today Dr. Leese, who is going to be the teacher for it. And he has taught mathematics for a very long time at the university level. And so we're really pleased to have him join us this year. And so that leads to my very first question is, how did you finally decide to teach for us?
Well, thanks, Dr. P. I've just been really impressed with what Dreaming Spires has been doing with other courses, and there's it doesn't have a maths course, so this was a great opportunity to just fill a gap and do it in a way that I think is going to be really good for the students and give some opportunities to do some great things and learn maths in a fun way. So very pleased to be able to take this course on and do it for Dreaming Spires.
Well, I'm pleased as punch to have you, I have to say. Why did you choose this course, Algebra 2 and Probability?
Well, it was not an accident. So algebra and probability are two things that are taught at high school. And the reason I've chose them, though, is because I think they're going to become very important over the next 5-10 years or so. And the reason I say that is because they're really at the heart of what is becoming known as data science. And we're seeing already a lot of colleges are really pushing forward data science, in some cases separate degrees, new majors in US universities in data science. And algebra and probability are the areas of mathematics that really underpin all of that activity. So the reason I've chosen algebra and probability is in part because they're cool subjects, but also in part because I think they're going to be areas that students will need to be really familiar with if they're going to take advantage of all those opportunities in the next 5-10 years or so.
So I'm making a funny face because what I'm thinking is, you mean Dreaming Spires students are going to be well prepared for the future, better than most people their age, because they're getting this special course geared toward preparing for data science?
Well, that's certainly going to be part of it. I mean, it's going to be fun along the way. You'll be able to do all sorts of other things as well. But the reason I've chosen those two areas to get started is because
we're the pioneers.
That's all the heart of data science. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that people will ask me when they're looking at the math course is, what kind of level of mathematics does their child have to have in order to take the class?
Yeah. Well, the course is going to be aimed at students in high school, probably, who've done maybe in the US done Algebra 1, maybe in the UK students who are thinking about doing maybe an A-level in mathematics somehow.
So they've done GCSE already,
or they're doing GCSE. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the sort of background we want is a student who knows how to solve a linear equation in one variable, also knows how to solve a quadratic equation maybe. They might have seen matrices, but really we'll cover all of that stuff, so that's not super essential. All the probability we'll do from scratch. I'm not planning to have any calculus in the course, so knowing calculus is not a requirement. And also, I'm not imagining that the course will cover much calculus either, if any. But it needs to be, the main thing that students need to do is have a real interest in mathematics and be keen to learn about what it can do and what it relates to and what sort of things in the real world it can be used to describe. That's going to be the main preparation that will be useful.
Right, I like the practical side of it. Yeah, great. Okay, so finally, can you give parents an idea of maybe like the weekly requirement for a math course? Because all I think of is this textbook, open it up, page 327, and do 27 equations. And that's not the Dreaming Spires way. So how is your math course going to fit into the Dreaming Spires model of living books and living ideas?
Right, so you're right. We're not going to just plow through a textbook. What I'm planning is that the weekly online sessions will cover the mathematical foundations, and then as homework, students will need to read articles about mathematics, but I'm not imagining that they'll want the that we'll be having them read detailed mathematical texts, but articles maybe in newspapers, maybe in more popular mathematics books. And as a result of those, we'll go down the Dreaming Spires route that I know is used in other courses of having students give narrations on what they've read. So it may well be that in a lot of the homework, students are writing about mathematics rather than doing mathematics. And I think that's a real skill that needs to be developed so that students can explain why a piece of mathematics is useful. We'll also be having, as part of the homework, some problems that I'll set, some mathematics problems that we can work through. Some of them will be puzzles, and some of them may be just kind of interesting applications of the mathematics that we've done. But it won't be like ploughing through a regular textbook. What we're going to do is keep mathematics interesting and make it exciting, and always keep an eye on what it's being used for, not just what it is.
And you showed me the book that you're planning to use, the spine book, and it's quite a thick book, but it's only, 2 or 3 pages per each thing.
A little bit more than that maybe. But
it's articles that they're going to work through and things like puzzles. And you were going to give one example of something interesting to finish off with.
Sure, yeah. So a sort of example that we might get in the course that connects algebra and probability. So any of you guys who've played soccer, you'll know that when you get a penalty kick, it's a kind of contest between the goalkeeper and the kicker. So the goalkeeper has to choose which side he's going to dive to, and the kicker needs to choose which side of the goal to shoot, or maybe shoot straight down the middle. And the way that you can work out what you should do is partly algebra, partly probability, which might come as a surprise to some of you, but it's an interesting mathematical problem that kind of on the football field has real practical applications. So that's a great example of something that we can read about and discuss and work out how you go and pick a penalty.
Videos. I see watching videos.
Yeah, that would be good. We'll have to...
And what is it? Gareth Southgate's missed penalty. What should he have done instead?
Don't remind me.
Okay, so that was our introduction to next year's math class, Algebra 2 and Probability with Dr. Leese. Thank you for coming along and having a chat.
My pleasure.
Flew a long way for this. And tomorrow we're going to start with some of our sciences. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.